What's up? Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just wanted to say thank you for 50,000 subs. It's a mind-boggling number. I never thought that we would be there as a community. Like, it took me 2 years to get to 10,000. I thought it was going to take me 5 to get to 50,000. So the fact that we were able to do it this year, like, that just means the absolute world to me. This is actually really weird for me to be talking to a camera. Typically, I'm like talking past the camera or things like that. I've never taken the time to actually sit down and formally introduce the man behind all the music, which is me. So I'm just gonna try and do some fun little 50k Q&A for you guys, so you guys can ask me some questions and get to know me a little bit better. Good content, bro. Seriously, what's your name? Like, first name. Do you play in an orchestra? If so, what part do you play? My first name is David, but I like the Violin Guy because it's easier to remember. I play in a community orchestra. I play first violin part. I don't play in a professional orchestra because, like, I write music for a living and make content. That's kind of what I do. I like to go to the community orchestra just to keep my classical skills good and my orchestra skills good. It's just a nice little thing to keep me going on the side and keep improving my violin skills. How did you get your start and how long did each of your colors take? I started violin when I was about 3, and when I first started writing music was when I was 16, 17, and then I released some songs when I was 17, 18, which have been scrubbed for the internet.
You will never find those again.
I really got into writing music last year, and I've kind of gotten better and better and better at it. How long did each of the colors take me in this project? So the entire project I did in 13 weeks. Writing 11 songs and releasing them in 13 weeks is stupid. Like, I'm just letting you know. Don't do what I did. It's stupid. On some colors, I had them like 3 weeks out ready to go because I was playing with this colors project for like a month or two considering doing it. So some of them I had like 4 weeks of planning, and like some of them, like Black, I wrote literally 3 days. I found the producer I wanted to work on Monday, wrote it on Tuesday, mixed it on Wednesday, and sent it out Thursday. Like, it literally took me 3 days to write. So I typically got every song done in about a week. It was all written and recorded within that week and then sent out in the next week, and then I promoted it and did the skits and things like that. How many songs are in the color series? So there are 11 songs in the color series. There's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, gold, teal, black, and white. So that's 11 songs. White is a culmination of all those songs put together, and like I said, I wrote it in about 13 weeks. I'm just glad that so many people really enjoyed that project. To be honest, it was more of a concept album. That is not my debut album as an artist. That was a complete, like, oh, here's a fun idea. Let me just write some concepts and things like that. So it has taught me a lot as a writer and as a musician of things that I want to do going into the future and how to write stuff better and how to, you know, write better stories and things like that. So I'm super excited for what we're going to do in the future. What is my real opinion on violas? I really love the viola. I think it's a great instrument. I love the alto clef, and I think it's better than violins. But no, in all seriousness, it's a bit. Don't hate violas. I like violas. My college teacher was actually a viola player, and I still make jokes with her about it to this day. Like, I have no hate for violas, and I'm so glad that so many viola players like my content because I do make fun of them a lot, but viola players can make fun of themselves, and that's a good thing. So I'm just happy that you all can enjoy my jokes and not take anything seriously. I love all y'all who watch my videos. It's just a bit, all right? Maybe you can learn how to play a real instrument after you watch my videos. How do you measure success? Monetary is nice because I am finally getting paid from YouTube. I'm getting paid from Spotify, and everything is slowly coming in, which is nice because I've been dumping a lot of my own money into making my own music. But with that being said, I don't think monetary is the only measurement of success. One of my favorite artists that I model a lot of stuff after him, I'm gonna quote one of his songs of, the definition of success is creating something no one else can. And that seems to be more and more true as I get older. So if you understand that lyric, we locked in. Congrats on almost 50K. What are your thoughts on the third violin section? In an old school, they replaced violas with third violins. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. If you are a third violin out there, I'm disappointed in you. You are worse than the violas. I'll say it. You're worse than the violas. If you're a third violin out there,
check your closet tonight, because I'll be there.
Are you going to be the next David Garrett and Roman Kim skill-wise? No, I will probably never be as good as Roman Kim or David Garrett. Like, both those guys, absolute legends. Like, I'm never going to probably reach the pinnacle of skill that those guys have within the classical world. I don't think that I'm the best player when it comes to, like, skill or technique in the classical world sense. My main question is, why do I have to learn how to play God Save the King? You know? Like, what benefit does that have to me when I could just work on writing better songs or improve my technique and work on my skills so that I can have better songs to show to you guys? It doesn't have any benefit for me to learn these super complicated Paganini pieces, because why? Why do I need to learn them? So I can play them on the internet for validation? I don't need you guys to tell me that I'm a good violinist. Like, I think I'm skilled and technically sound with a violin. I don't think my legacy or career is going to be remembered as he was a great violin player. Instead, I think it's going to be remembered as he was a fantastic storyteller and a writer. So that's more what I focus on. Do you actually like the violin, or am I bound by fate at this point? So do I actually like the violin? Yes, I love violins. I like to fix them. I actually work at a violin shop. I fix violins, I restring violins, I do kind of everything that has to do with a violin minus like actual woodworking and making one. Am I bound by fate at this point? Like, we all like a good story like Star Wars or Harry Potter, like the boy who is destined to live, or the boy who is destined to bring balance to the Force, or like a good shonen anime where Goku is the chosen one of the universe and he's the chosen one to become the greatest. We all like a little story. Is there a little part of me who wants to be bound by fate? I mean, yeah, kind of, because that's a great story, and I think the reality of the situation is I'm just a guy who happens to play the violin and also happens to be a really good storyteller and a writer, so I think that's the reality of it. Is this video inspired by Connor Price? Looks similar. No, that's 100% intentional. Connor is one of the very few artists that I really like look up to and try to model what he does in my artistry. Like his skits, his style of the way he releases music, he always makes a song before he promotes it. He doesn't like tease a song for 6 weeks, which I think is stupid. The way that he makes content to the way that he operates business, I kind of model myself after. It's not going to be exactly like his model because, you know, his wife works for him and all this other stuff. I've watched hours and hours and hours of Connor Price interviews just to like see how he does stuff and how he does stuff so well. Do you watch anime? And if so, which is your favorite? I dabble, of course, in anime. Like, JJK is a great story. I'm keeping up with that. Attack on Titan is probably my favorite anime of all time. It's a fantastic story. The first anime I've ever watched was, what was it? A Silent Voice. And that kind of traumatized me for a little while. I was like, man, this is sad. But I've slowly gotten into it more. So it's like, you know, I like myself a good anime here and there. I'm not like a massive weeb or anything. I just like a good story. What do you plan to do after the Color series and finish your break afterwards? I have a chart for all my 2024 releases that I have planned, like right here. I'm trying to get 24 songs done in a year, which is stupid. I'm gonna try and do 2 a month until November when I go on break in December. So like that's kind of the plan as of right now. I'm super excited with the music that I have coming up and the music going into 2025 and things like that. These are good questions so far, as long as like y'all don't ask me like what inspires you or how do you find inspiration, and how do you find inspiration, how do you execute it so well. I hope y'all have learned a little something about the Violin Guy behind the scenes today and how I think and how I operate music and run things like that. I'm just super thankful for 50,000 subs. Like, thank you guys. I had no idea the Colors project would take off the way it does. I had no idea my music has been taken off the way that it does. I'm just super thankful for all the support on it, because I really am just a guy making music on the side. That's about it. I want to try and be authentic and like down to earth with you guys, because that's what I want my music to be. I want it to be something real. So I appreciate your guys' support. I have some big projects planned, not just into 2024, but into 2025. And so that's about it. I can't wait to show you guys what else I have planned. So, okay, bye.